What's up, guys? Welcome to Devil's Advocate live stream, right? The Monday live stream. Hope you guys had a good weekend. Um, how you guys doing? Hope you guys had a good Monday. So, as always, I humbly thank you for all the support, all the love, for watching my streams, watching my other videos, and so on and so on. So, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Um, so tonight's live. Um, it's kind of what I've always find that women don't care. What's up, Alvi? What's up? What's up, bro? So, I want to gear tonight's stream to kind of an idea. Uh, Maybe my own kind of theory, where I believe, and this is why I've always, when I listen to women's logic, their advice or whatever, it's so nonsensical. It's so idiotic. It doesn't make sense a lot of the time, especially when it gears towards men. And in my view, it's that women don't know men. They know the very basics of men, right? I don't know that men like beautiful women, men like sex, whatever. But they know so little about men that they are surprised a lot by men. Let's say they can't handle men that are emotionally intelligent, men that actually have emotions, right? Men that have backbones, men that have boundaries and so on and so on. They can't handle certain types of men because, again, they don't bother to understand men. They don't bother to see that, you know what, there's deeper levels to men. Because this is the thing where you think that women can be emotionally intelligent beings, or they're complicated and all this stuff, right? But they think that men are simple. And here's the thing, men want to be simple, but men aren't simple. That's the thing. Men want to be simple. They want to make things as easy as possible. But in reality, they're not that simple. There's very layers, very complex. They're emotional beings, right? But men just try to make it simple. So women just see men making it simple and just believe men are simple. And I think that's a lot of times where women fail at. So we'll talk about that. We'll go through certain things. So I hope you enjoy it. I hope you have fun. Check out these videos with me, and let's talk about it. So, like always, I want to start out with a Kendra G reaction. So let's watch this together.
Hey, how are you?
Tell the people your name.
I'm Ty. How you doing?
I had a mentorship program for up and coming broadcasters, literally probably like 12, 15 years ago, maybe now.
Yeah.
It was a long time ago, and she was one of the mentees.
Yes, I was.
Yes, and you work for Jennifer Hudson, correct?
I do, yep. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
It's so good to see everybody. I normally don't join because talking.
All right, so Ty, are you looking for love?
Always.
All right, what you mean always?
Because she's chronically single. Chronically single.
I'm just kidding. I'm with my friends, so I'm being extra goofy right now. But yes.
Okay. How old are you, babe?
I'm 32.
32. You live in LA, right?
Yep.
And no kids, right?
Worst place to date if you're average. She's average. Worst place to date. LA, Miami, and maybe a bit of New York. Right? Terrible places to date. I think Atlanta is terrible too.
I have a son.
I didn't know that. How old's your son?
4.
Oh, okay. Why are you not with the dad?
Because I know my value and he was not giving me what I needed in life.
So you know your value, but he was worth giving a child to. You didn't know your value before you gave him a child. You didn't know your value before you gave him your body. Does it make sense? No, it don't make sense.
Because at the time, he was acting how he's supposed to. After the fact, I actually found out on my due date he was cheating. So
on your due date? Oh, no.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
At the time. How long is that time? This is the thing, right? This is the thing where women don't take the time to understand men. Vetting, right? Get to know them. Like, you know what? This is maybe a controversial thing. These women, these single moms, okay? I believe most cases they haven't been with this person maybe more than a year. Okay? That's the insanity of it. You give these terrible men, these Pookies, these Ray Rays, right? These terrible men, children's actually very quickly. And then you surprise, oh wow, you know what? He wasn't who I thought he was. No duh, because you didn't spend the time to actually get to know him. Because women are lazy. They're lazy. They just, you know what? This is why I do not hold a lot of credit when women say men lie, they put on facade. Because you didn't take your time. You didn't take your time to actually get to know the man. Actually see through his lies. Actually, you know what? Take time and see his lies fall apart. No. You love his lies. You loved it. You love his looks. You love his charm. Boom. Few months, whatever, you've had sex. You let him finish in you, and you had a kid or kids with them. The absolute insanity. And this is what I'm saying. Women are lazy, okay, and to get to know men. You don't really know him well enough.
So we got Ty, 32. What's your zodiac sign?
I'm a Gemini, Kendra.
Gemini. And now for your job, what do you want me to say?
Executive assistant.
Okay, executive assistant. Executive assistant. So this is Ty, 32, Gemini, LA. Mom to a 4-year-old, never married, right?
Never married, no.
An executive assistant. What kind of man you looking for now, girl?
Oh my God, the comments is crazy. All right. I am looking for a God-fearing man, someone that is fun, that...
God-fearing? Like, how many times we do, practically every time we do these, Kendra G, these shows. This is why I do it. To see these insane women. God-fearing man. God-fearing man. And yet, you had a child out of wedlock. The hypocrisy. The absolute hypocrisy. The audacity to ask for a God-fearing man to accept a single mom that had a child with a man out of wedlock. The audacity. The entitlement.
That loves life, that respects women, family-oriented, loves kids. And yeah, just someone that matches my energy as far as being ambitious and working hard and knowing what he wants and striving for greater.
Okay.
So that's what
Okay. What are your deal breakers?
my deal breakers are someone who smokes weed, someone who drinks a lot, someone who doesn't love God, of course, someone who is just disrespectful and is a cheater. I need someone that's strong mentally. What? Oh, and he gotta have nice teeth. My friend, because she knows.
Should he be in LA?
He can be anywhere.
Okay. How old should he be? What's the age range?
The age range, I'm 32, so let's say 29 to 40.
29 to 40. Could he have kids?
I am open, but it has to be a match of 1 and 1.
It has to be a match of 1 and 1?
Yes, if I have one, he gotta have one as well.
Okay. Do you want more kids?
This is I think that's something that I like to bring up, the entitlement. Okay? Yeah, she doesn't respect. This is the thing, right? I think nowadays women they don't respect themselves. Their body is not a temple anymore. It's not. It's pretty much a, A dumpster. A dumpster. Now, here's the thing where I wanted to say that the standards that women have, well, I want to bring up where she said he can only have one because I have one. This is the thing where women always gauge everything because of them, right? Let's say this: they make 100 grand, right? They make 6 figures. They want a man to make 6 figures, right? If they, ambitious. They want a man that is ambitious. Is that? It's like you pretty much want to date yourself. You want to date yourself, and this is the thing where a lot of men are turned off from. Your standards are ridiculous because you pretty much want to date yourself. And this is why a lot of men don't qualify. And that's exactly right. Entitlement is so common in current modern day women. Entitlement is so common in modern day women. Practically every woman feels so entitled. It's insane.
I'm open to having more if I'm married, yes.
Okay. Should he look a certain way?
No, you didn't ask that question. As long as he's attractive in my mind, right? He doesn't have to be super tall. I think like requirement of 5'9" is fine. He could be any complexion. I do love a black man though, so he must be black.
What about money? Should he make a certain amount of money?
We live in LA, right, Kendra? So it's kind of important for you to make a good amount of money if you're in LA. Hopefully, 80,000 or more. As long as you know how to take care of yourself and you're financially responsible, that's very important. Have a good credit score.
Okay. And have a good credit score. Okay. Let's do the Kendra Cam.
Oh, God. Okay. We just talked about this. Okay. You're not even doing it right. That's crazy. Please don't hang it up because I'm going to be really upset.
Scoot back.
You're not even doing it right.
Scoot back.
But we got to see you next time.
Okay.
Okay. All right, we see you, boo. Woo, woo, woo. We see you, girl. Okay. I have to turn around on him.
Chubby woman. I think it's chubby woman. It's not the worst, but she's average, right? At best, she's average. This is the thing with, it is always the average women that are so entitled. That think that they deserve or they qualify for the best or the top quality men.
Did.
And it's always the average woman that asks the most out of men. When what do men get? What do men get in return?
Period.
When was your last relationship?
Oh, Jesus. Like 2 years ago.
You don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
4 years ago.
You haven't had sex in 4 years? Since you had your baby?
I have not.
Are you waiting for marriage?
Yes, I am. I'm waiting for marriage, so that's what I'm on right now.
So no cookie.
My friend said a lot of guys are going to back up, and that's perfectly fine because that means God is making way for the right one at that point. So, yeah.
Is he? Is he making way for the right one, or he's pretty much cleaning your plate? Like there's no one. It's like it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. This is the thing where it is fine, right? If you are going to stay single for the rest of your life, cool. I mean, I to be honest, I don't believe it too that she hasn't had sex in 4 years. But fine, whatever. If that is, but great. He needs to marry her to have sex with her. He needs to have a certain amount of level, 80K. Here's the thing. I doubt this is the type of woman that will go Dutch on dates, who don't require no payment, right? No money. You're not spending any money on her. It's all she pay, you pay, boom, right? You're not spending a dime on her. Because here's the thing, equality. Because if he's not getting anything until marriage, you shouldn't be extracting resources from that man until marriage as well.
Child. Oh, okay. Now I'm gonna let you respond to this because this is what they may say.
Okay.
You have a 4-year-old child, and now the next man has to wait to be your husband and have sex with you. What would you say to that?
I mean, if you're the right one, it shouldn't be an issue. And there's no time limit on when we get married. If a guy knows, I feel like we can get married within the next year, and then boom, there we go. But I know
a year, next year. This is no duh. She had a child out of wedlock. Because really, she didn't spend it. This is the thing, right? I do agree that if you know the person well, I mean, there are fast relationships. But here's the thing. Marriage is a huge commitment. Huge commitment. It is not worth it for men. Here, my opinion, do not marry unless you're having a child with her. Do not marry if you're not having a child, unless you're having a child with her. That's my opinion. Because marriage is, in the West, is such a huge commitment, such a drawback for men. It's so risky. It's not worth it unless you're getting a child, right? Unless she's giving you a child, you're giving her that security of marriage. But here's the thing. This is why she's failing. How are you spending time 1 year getting to know the man enough, inside and out, where there's there's nothing about the man that you would hate, that you cannot see yourself being with for the rest of your life. Women's time frame is just ridiculous, right? You're not putting enough effort into getting to know certain men, and then you wonder why. Oh, you're gonna divorce him. You find out he's not the one you like. All that shit, totally not worth it.
he won't be disappointed. I know that. So
How would he know that? You know that? You guessed? You assumed that? It's ridiculous. This is the thing, right? Entitlement. Narcissism. You think you're so special. You think you're so amazing. Where's the proof in that?
That you won't. I understood that statement. Hopefully, fellas got it. Yeah, okay. 3 flaws you have to work on.
I'm crying. So I need to work on saying no more. I've been doing better at that now that I've become a mother. I also need to work on time management, making time for things that I need to do, because I do get lost in the sauce of being a mom and working in production. You already know entertainment is busy. And I would say my third flaw would be, what y'all think? Y'all just looking at each other. That's crazy. I'm boss.
LA, I think she's in LA 3. I'm sorry. She's in LA 3. She's very, no. I don't even think she's not even average LA.
See? Dang, they said I'm bossy. So my third flaw is being bossy.
She's boss.
Bossy. That's marriage material. That's what men want to marry. A bossy woman.
So why would a guy be lucky to be with you, Ty?
A guy would be lucky to be with me because I'm God-fearing.
How you God-fearing? Because now that you want to make the next man wait, you're God-fearing now? I'm sorry. The past matters. You cannot wipe the past, right? You cannot just like clear it out and it never happened. Because why? Because she has a clear example of her past, her child. The past happened. So really, this is the thing. A lot of men will see like, what? How are you God-fearing? You had a child wedlock. How are you now making the next man wait for something how would he know if there's anything special to it? And this is the thing. I'm not even just talking about sex. so many women change up after marriage because somehow they have such a weird view of marriage. They don't understand what it is like to be a wife. They don't understand what it's like to be a wife. So what man wants to have a wife that is bossy?
Ambitious. I work very hard for the things that I desire and want out of life. I'm fun. I'm kind. I'm family oriented. I'm a great mom. So yeah.
Okay. Let's do it. We got Ty 32. Oh, what's the age range you want to date?
Oh, you said it. You asked it already. I said 29 to 40, and my friends make fun of me because I said 40.
Okay. Well, I mean, I do think older. A lot of men like younger, so I think you should always at least be open to 5 to 6 years older than your age.
Yes.
Ty 32, Gemini, LA, has a mom to a 4-year-old son. Executive assistant. All right, baby girl, are you on the Kendra G singles dating app, Ty? Okay, there's a couple Ties, but I know your face, so you're. Got the Ty. Let's see. That's the picture. Oh. All right, fellas. THAI oriented. When I'm not working hard, you can find me trying new foods, laughing, and with loved ones. What I'm looking for: God-fearing, family-oriented, loves my son as his own, respectful, loving, provider, great communicator, affectionate, supportive, tall, handsome, funny, understanding, financially responsible, fun, able to cook.
Did I lie? The thing is, I can match all those things. So of course I'm.
Men are not looking for the exact same person. You just want to marry your effing self. You can match that's not. This is why, right? Women's standards are ridiculous. You are subpar. You are average. Who cares if you can match it? Because that's not what men ask for. That's not what men want. This is what I'm saying. Why women are lazy. You are not. Kevin Samuels have always said this. Are you what the men that you want? Do you even know what the men that you want? What do these men want? Not what you want. Okay? Who cares if you can match what you said? That doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean that you will attract the men that you want.
Looking for what I can match. I'm gonna let them know what I need in advance. Don't come knocking. Can't get it.
When you say provider, do you want them to pay all the bills?
No, I don't want him to pay all the bills, but I don't want it to be a concern. If we do 80-20, my friend said pay all the bills. If he's a grown man, that's what he's gonna do. Okay, hear you, heard. Listen, I'm open to that if he wants to, yes.
Okay. Her deal breakers are: doesn't believe in God, smokes cigarettes, liar, bad communicator, bad hygiene, unfaithfulness, not good with money. All right, fellas, if you want her, she's on the Kendra G singles dating app. This is her first picture. All right, now, listen, I'm going to let you respond, because I'll let you respond. Also, you didn't say you want all these things and you're celibate until marriage.
Correct.
So,
yes,
one says you're delusional. What's your response?
That's their business. The right man will know. He will know.
The right man will know.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't have a money requirement, or did you?
I said 80 or up.
Oh, I missed that. He has to make, okay, so 80K and up.
Yes.
No sex until the
But
wedding night.
The credit is very important.
Okay, so I'm gonna read your list again. 80.
Why is credit important? Because she wants to use your credit. She wants you to buy things, get loans. She wants to use your credit.
80K and up.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Kendra.
So 80K and up. Have good credit.
Mm-hmm.
No sex until the wedding night.
Correct.
God-fearing, family-oriented, loves my son as his own, respectful, loving, provider, great communicator, affectionate, supportive, tall, handsome, funny, understanding, financially responsible, fun and sporadic, able to cook.
Yep. And I'm dead. So listen, it's possible, ladies. Don't think it's not. And fellas, please don't act like it's not possible.
Where's your proof? This is the thing, right? What I say, it is possible for you to find a man. Is it possible you find the man that you want? Now that's the thing that I don't say. I've always said that for people to say that men and women will not ever find a man, that's a lie. Dating for women is easy. Okay? It's easy. But will you find the man that you want? That's most likely unlikely. That is most likely not going to happen. Okay? Because the man that you want, well, why would he want you? You're nothing special.
Well, because for the right woman, you will make it happen.
Yes! I think you have a lot. You have a very distinct list. I'm just trying to see if Idris Elba is available.
Idris Elba.
I mean, all the things you got. Well, not even that though. All this, and he's not gonna have sex with you until you get married.
Yes. Hey, if it happens, it happens. But I have been very intentional about waiting for the right person.
Oh, I'm not saying. I'm not here to challenge your vagina rules.
Oh, listen.
I'm not here to do that. All right, well, so you keep me posted how it goes.
It's just, this is the thing, right? This is what Scammonger said. This is why 70% of black women are chronically single. I agree. I mean, I'm not saying that maybe that's statistically factual, but I know a lot are chronically single. What is factual? Majority is chronically not married. You are not qualified for marriage because of your unrealistic standards. And your standards are, you practically want to date yourself. Okay? That's it. Like I said, what do the men that you want? But no one cares. Women don't care. Women do not care what men want because they're lazy. They don't care. They don't care. They don't bother to learn. They don't bother to understand. But hey, like I said, she will find a man if she wants to. She won't, in my opinion, she won't find a man that she wants. That's it. So, what do you guys think? Ugh, ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. What's up, guys? Thank you for stopping by, right? Scammer, Alvi, if you're still here. Petania, thank you. You guys are amazing. Thank you for stopping by. So, speaking of which, right? Where these are women, right? That just don't understand. They don't understand the consequences of their actions. And they don't bother to get to know men, get to understand men. That's the thing, right? They don't bother to understand men because they believe they're entitlement. They are so entitled, they don't care, right? They're so entitled that, you know what? They think that you get me, right? You'll get the single mom, that chubby single mom that is entitled, that's bossy, and that's good enough for you. This is the thing, right? For whatever man she gets, right? This is what you get. This is what you deserve. This is what you qualify for. Whatever I give you. It's like, nah. This is why I say men need standards. Men need standards too. So, all right, so let's check this video out.
Dating after divorce is the most complicated thing ever. There's talking stages, there's dating stages, there's situationships. What is all of this? First of all, I don't know how to not be a wife. I want to cook for you. I want to clean for you. I want to check in on you. I want to call you all the time because you're my man, but not my man. And I also want to go batshit crazy. And I can't because you're my man, but like not my man. It's so hard. Date.
This is the thing, right? Where women don't understand understand their consequences. Here's a woman that not understanding how dating scene, right, and finding it difficult after divorce. Well, here's the thing where it's still because of who you choose, who you date, right? I always think that women don't change who they like. They don't change who they're attracted to. So this is why women will continue to suffer the cycle, right? The cycle of just getting terrible men. Because, like I said, they don't bother in really vetting men, really understanding men, really getting to go for, right, different types of men, certain types of men, you know. So they're gonna go for men that, you know, just wants you in a situationships. And here's a woman that I think she's not bad looking, but she gotta think. I've said this before in other videos. What type of man you think you're gonna get, right? Because of the consequences of all your actions, what type of man you think you're gonna get. So let's look at this again.
Dating after divorce is the most complicated thing ever. There's talking stages, there's dating stages, there's situationships. What is all of this? First of all, I don't know how to not be a wife. I want to cook for you. I want to clean for you. I want to check in on you. I want to call you all the time because you're my man, but not my man. And I also want to go batshit crazy. And I can't because you're my man, but like not my man.
Sometimes I don't even know if women do understand how to be a wife. Okay? Because again, I'm going to show you the next clip, okay? But being wives to terrible men don't mean that you know how to be a wife. Okay? It doesn't. So here I wanted to show you this before I show you the next clip, because here's a woman that's suffering because of a divorce. But it's the consequences of her actions.
Figure down if you married a childhood celebrity / entertainer and you lived a very comfortable life. You end up having a bunch of babies. Then you randomly tank financially one year because he didn't get paid off of one project. So you end up losing house, car, storage, everything you've ever owned, collected, ever. Then you pack up your family because that's your only option. You move to your home state, launch a business, work 12 to 15 hour days, 6 months pregnant. You end up having your baby, going back to work 4 days postpartum because you had no other choice. All to find out a couple months later that he had been having affairs, paying for their bills, and that's why you tanked financially. So then he leaves, goes back to Los Angeles, and then you say, well, I have no other option but to go back too. And so you pack up your little car and your kids and pray and hope that God provides a house and financial stability. Figure down if.
So, consequences of your actions. I hope you guys could hear it, right? So we're gonna break it down. We're gonna replay it. But she basically had a bunch of kids with a D-list celebrity, right? I don't know who this guy is, but a celebrity, right? A D-list celebrity. Had a bunch of kids with a D-list celebrity, and then eventually found out that he was having an affair with other women, and then paying for other women. So going broke, or very tight on money, and then she left, divorced, whatever. Well, you are now a trauma-filled woman, and a woman that has a whole bunch of kids from a shitty ass man. What type of man you think you're gonna get next? She's good looking, but again, she comes with a lot of baggage. A lot of baggage. A lot of baggage that, you know what? It's either the men that just will simp on her beauty, or men that just want to use her. I don't think not high quality men. Because again, she's someone that will bring you chaos. It's not worth it. Because again, I've said this before. A big red flag of women is attracting or being attracted to terrible men. Her vetting skills or her attraction to terrible men is a red flag in my opinion. Because again, I think that shows you the kind of character she has. So yeah, we're gonna talk a little bit about it. We're gonna do a little bit of breakdown. I hope you guys, because like I said, had a bunch of kids by a D-list celebrity. That D-list celebrity cheated on her, had an affair with other women, spent the family's money on other women. Now she's struggling. Money. Says right. Says they went from soft life to the hard knock life due to him cheating and paying his side chicks bills instead of his family. Well, that tells you what type of it's like. Women don't understand. You pick these men, okay? You pick the pookies, right? You pick the players, the bad boys. You get used, abused by these men, and then you come out in the dating market. What type of men you think you be attracting? Right? And here, what type of men, of course, you be attracted to? Still the terrible men. Because honestly, that toxicity in you doesn't disappear.
If you married a childhood celebrity / entertainer and you lived a very comfortable life, you end up having a bunch of babies.
A bunch of babies, a comfortable life, right? That says you that Eve, she's already used to a certain type of man already. A man with money, right? A man with money. Definitely, she falls into the six-figure club, if not more, right? So really, she's already looking. Even if a good average man goes for her, she wouldn't go for him. So even like she was saying, oh, the talking stages, situationships, the type of men you go for would go for that, right? The six-figure men, right? The shitty six-figure men, toxic six-figure men. Well, they only see you as a situationship, a pump and dump, right? A good time, not a long time. So, because again, she's only attracted to certain type of men that have money.
And you randomly tank financially one year because he didn't get paid off of one project. So you end up losing house, car, storage, everything you've ever owned, collected, ever. Then you pack up your family because that's your only option. You move to your home state, launch a business, work 12 to 15-hour days, 6 months pregnant. You end up having your baby, going back to work 4 days postpartum because you had no other choice. All to find out a couple months later that he had been having affairs, paying for their bills, and that's why you tanked financially. So then he leaves, goes back to Los Angeles, and then you say, well, I have no other option but to go back too. And so you pack up your little car and your kids and pray and hope that God provides a house and financial stability.
Trauma, okay? This is why I've said this before. As women age, they become bigger red flags. Why? Because as women go through life, they only gain trauma. Okay? These situations that women go through, right? Dealing with toxic men, making bad choices in life, it makes them harder to deal with. I.e., either, attitude, higher standards, whatever. Just hard to deal with. So, what type of men you think you be attracting? It's just, this is the thing where there's consequences to your actions. You pick a terrible man, he ruined your life. Sorry, but it don't mean that it don't mean that, you know what, it's going to be easier after, right? Or you won't suffer from it. It's just the consequences of life, right? So, I wanted to show you that this is the thing where it's very indicative, right? Trauma of life, right? So it is something that where it's just another thing where I've said it. When women pick terrible men, they will suffer for it, and then that suffering, that trauma, it doesn't help when they get out of the said relationships, right? Because again, they don't They don't choose differently. They choose pretty much the same type of men. Okay? He looks different, but he's essentially the same type of man. So, yeah, I don't know. I thought that was interesting because I saw these two clips, right? And it made it interesting. Because just know how to be a wife. Being a wife to terrible men is, it doesn't say how great of a wife you are. But, I don't know. What do you guys think? All right, here's another clip that I thought was interesting. So let's hear this woman's story.
So I found out 2 days ago from a Hey Girlie DM that my mans was cheating on me for approximately the entire time they were together. I'm just sitting here thinking about the physical repercussions it has left me. I've had multiple like mini panic attacks, which I don't have. Like I've never really had one, but my heart will randomly just start racing and then I just start sobbing. So that's fucking awesome, and it just feels so tight in my chest. I can't sleep. I like go to bed at 3, wake up at like 7, which is not like me. I always sleep in. And I have absolutely no appetite. And yeah, for as long as I live, that man will suffer, and I'm determined. So I found.
So, a few things. I mean, it is what it is. I'm more thinking about like F men. I always. This is the thing where. Here's the thing, right? You always hear the story, or that ideology when women say, "Oh, all or men are shitty," but then when men say, "Oh, not all men," well, they said, "Oh, if you're not part of these men are shitty, then you shouldn't be saying nothing because I don't know, whatever reason, you know." But this is the thing where you flip when you flip it around, women will say, oh, "You can't say all." It's always ridiculous. Instead of focusing on the one man that she dated, that is the caption that she put on the video. F men. It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. But let's break it down. Let's listen to it and let's break it down a little bit.
I found out 2 days ago from a Hey Girlie DM that my mans was cheating on me for approximately the entire time they were together. I'm just sitting here thinking about the physical repercussions it has left me. I've had multiple like mini panic attacks, which I don't have. Like I've.
Two things, right? One, I always say this: you have to recognize who you are attracted to. It will say this: if you are attracted to toxic men, there will definitely be some toxic traits in you. So, this is why I say, being attracted to toxic men is a red flag, because most likely it represents some toxic traits in you, which this woman most likely has some toxic traits, which will bring chaos to a good man's life. And here's the thing what I want to say: even toxic men, right, or at least some, in my view, if they don't see a whole lot of value in you, they're only going to see you as someone to be used. Plain and simple. Where, in my opinion, I'm not saying this is definitely, but a lot of women don't make it seem like they're all that special. You don't. And here's the thing: I can say this. Maybe, most likely, she dated a man that's probably really good looking or something like that. He has something special about him where more than one woman wants him. So he could be tall, charming, good looking, whatever. Okay, you pick a man with options. Well, you have to be the one option that he doesn't want to lose. And that's a lot of women that they don't realize. Hey, I pick a man with options, but you know what? I'm just going to cruise by it, right? Be lazy, be nothing special, be nothing different to the other women that wants him. And then, surprise, surprise, he cheats on you. Because, again, you're nothing special. And that's the thing where women, again, think they're entitled. They think they're so special because they're just women, period. Okay? They don't bother to actually get to understand men, learn about men, vet men, take time into getting to know the type of men you're dealing with. So this is what you suffer from. A man, you pick a man with options, he finds you not that great of an option, and he cheats on you. Yeah, great. And again, more proof to what I said. As women age, they become red flags, bigger red flags. The trauma that women go through, it only carries on to the next man. So if the next man is a quote unquote good man, well, now you are dealing with a woman that has walls, that is, hard to deal with, that is not trusting, that's just needs you to put more effort into getting with her when other men didn't have to. But you are now suffering from the results of her choosing terrible men.
Never really had one, but my heart will randomly just start racing and then I just start sobbing. So that's fucking awesome, and it just feels so tight in my chest. I can't sleep. I go to bed at 3, wake up at 7, which is not like me. I always sleep in. And I have absolutely no appetite. And yeah, for as long as I live, that man will suffer, and I'm...
The trauma. This is the thing where a lot of men don't want chaos. Women that won't bring him peace. So, like I said, when she goes back on the dating market, she probably won't be healed. She'll probably just bring all her traumas, all her whatever toxicity into the next relationship. I just think it's tiresome. I think it's tiresome. And again, here's the thing where women are not trying any effort into actually understanding men. You picked a terrible man. You were attracted to a terrible man. It don't mean all men or most men are like that. It's not. So F men is ridiculous. Right? I just think that was annoying. That's annoying because, again, I hate that shit. Because you don't date all men. You don't date a lot of men. So you don't know. And this is the thing where women have to actually put in some kind of effort into vetting men properly. Putting actual effort into, getting to know the man. See red flags before you actually, get into the boyfriend-girlfriend stage. But what can I say? They don't put in that effort. They don't care. So, I don't know. What do you guys think? Yeah. Alright. Oh, this one is going to be fun. Okay, this video is going to be fun. Here's the caption. Men are now being expected to pay for women's pre and post date expenses, including makeup, travel, and so on. Is this reasonable? All right, let's listen to this.
Okay, so I just got into my car after going on a date, right?
Sorry, God, I hate the terrible volume levels of TikTok. All right, hopefully that's better.
And let me just tell you something. I don't know what the deal is with men now, but I had told him prior that I will be having pre and post date expenses, and is that okay, and are you going to cover them? And I don't know if he wasn't listening or like what the deal was or whatever, but when I handed him the white envelope, he looked shocked, and then he opened it and it's receipts. Hello, pre post date expenses. Hello, like what kind of females do you be dating? You know what I'm saying? So anyway, so I handed it to him, and he literally looked shocked at me and said, I can't cover this. It was $478 for pre and post date expenses. You asked me on a date, and mind you, we really didn't even have that good a conversation because he was on his phone the whole time, and I have a very strict no phone policy on dates. Hello, you're here to pay attention to me. Look at all the effort that I had to put into going on this date, and now you have a problem with pre and post date expenses? Are you f***ing kidding? Okay, so I just...
God. I hope it's a joke. I know who would. I mean, this is the thing, right? It's like that man knew it. She said it to him. Here's the thing, right? What can I say? She told him before. She told him it before. He was idiotic enough, right? Foolish enough to accept a date with this woman. I mean, brothers, this is what's on the dating market. This is what's out there. Let's break it down, I guess.
I just got into my car after going on a date, right? And let me just tell you something.
I cannot believe he actually went. I can't believe. I mean, I'm assuming she gave him that envelope or the receipts before the date. I cannot believe he still went on the date with her.
I don't know what the deal is with like men now, but I had told him prior that I will be having pre and post date expenses, and is that okay, and are you going to cover them? And I don't know if he wasn't listening or like what the deal was or whatever, but
see, that is hard, right? I cannot 100% like chastise her for that because she told him. She told him, and he was idiotic enough to still accept the date. If a woman told me you have to compensate for whatever I did to, I don't know, prepare for this date, I would say, you're kidding me? And she said no. I would say, you know what? I'm good. We don't need to go on this date. But no, he accepted it. It was idiotic.
Handed him the white envelope, he looked shocked, and then he opened it and it's receipts. Hello, pre post date expenses. Hello, like what kind of females do you be dating? You know,
not delusional females, I guess. And keep on saying hello.
What I'm saying? So anyway, so I handed it to him, and he literally looked shocked at me and said, I can't cover this. It was $478.
$478. Does that look like almost $500? Right? Does that look like that? I'm sorry. That is like those fake. It's like, this is the thing, right? In my opinion, I would say most men should say, just go as you are. I don't need you to doll up. I don't need you to cake on makeup, have fake eyelashes, and do whatever. Don't have fake nails. Don't whatever. I don't need you. Don't do a pedicure. Don't do fake eyelashes. Don't, I don't know, wax below. Right? Don't do shit. Just come as you are. Right? Dress decent. Right? Put on some nice clothes. Come as you are. Because I ain't paying $500 for whatever you just did to yourself. And it's like, here's the thing. So if I'm paying $500 for whatever, your nails, your eyelashes, shit like that, after the date, are you gonna take it off and give it to me? Right? Are you gonna take off your fake nails, your fake eyelashes, your whatever, and your extensions or whatever you did, and just give it to me because I paid for it? It's like women use like a drop of some lipsticks, and we have to pay for the full lipstick. It's like,
for pre and post date expenses. You asked me on a date, and mind you, we really didn't even have that good a conversation because he was on his phone the whole time, and I have a very strict no phone policy on dates. Hello, you're here to pay attention to me. Look at all the effort that I had to put into to going on this date, and now you have a problem with pre and post date expenses? Are you
the insanity that you. Here's the thing. Most likely, he was already turned off. Second, she probably wasn't that great to talk to because I can, in my opinion, she doesn't sound that great to talk to. I don't need her to keep on saying hello to me.
kidding? Okay, so
this is the insanity right now of what men are dealing with. And this is why I want more men to grow a backbone, to have standards, to not be idiots, to not be delusional. If a woman tells you you have to pay for shit that she did, right? Whatever her expenses, you should say no right away. Do not go on a date with a woman like this. It's like, and look, the tattoos already. It's like, you know what type of woman this is. And I don't know, the streetwalker makeup, is that really like, am I paying for that? It's like, you look like I'm gonna hire you, right? And here's the thing, I'm paying $500. Am I getting lucky tonight? No, right? And $500 doesn't mean the date itself. It's just her date expenses. So on top of about $500, he's paying for the dinner or whatever. What is he getting out of it? So this man just lost money for what? For what? It's like she dressed like, she looks like she's about to go on the streets, and yet he probably didn't get any. So that money, you might as well, actually look for a woman on the streets. You probably win less. It's ridiculous. Absolutely, utterly ridiculous. I'll play it again for you guys to watch out.
I just got into my car after going on a date, right? And let me just tell you something. I don't know what the deal is with like men now, but I had told him prior.
With men now? That's the thing where women never ask or never expected men to pay for date expenses. So really, men now?
That I will be having pre and post date expenses, and is that okay, and are you going to cover them? And I don't know if he wasn't listening or like what the deal was or whatever, but when I handed him the white envelope, he looked shocked, and then he opened it and it's receipts. Hello, pre post date expenses. Hello, like what kind of females do you be dating? You know what I'm saying? So anyway, so I handed it to him, and he literally looked shocked at me and said, I can't cover this. It was $478 for pre and post date expenses. You asked me on a date, and mind you, we really didn't even have that good a conversation because he was on his phone the whole time, and I have a very strict no phone policy on dates. Hello, you're here to pay attention to me.
I do agree. I mean, having a phone is ridiculous, but this is why this man is like an idiot as well. If she was so uninteresting that you would be on your phone the whole time, why are you still on the date? Just end it. Like why are you wasting your time and wasting your money? Why? Well, it's like that's the idiot. That's the idioticness of a lot of men. Why are you wasting your time? Let alone your money. It's not like the date is gonna be for free now. It's like,
look at all the effort that I had to put into to going on this date, and now you have a problem with pre and post date expenses? Are you fucking kidding?
well, that's ridiculous, but I don't know. What do you guys think? I thought I wanted to show you that clip because that was so outrageous. But some people will hope that that's not true, but I wouldn't be surprised, and I think it's actually very, very true. Women are like this. The entitlement. Yeah. Here's something that I think was a little bit interesting. Women think that she's amazing on dates. Think that she knows, I guess, a coach or whatever. So she thinks she knows something. So let's check what she thinks.
Successful guys can get stuck single because they make this one big mistake when it comes to women and dating. And no, it's not having too high of expectations. The mistake successful guys make is assuming that finding a great girlfriend will be convenient because technology has made so many other aspects of your life convenient. Packages arrive same day. Your food can be on your doorstep in 30 minutes. So it's natural to assume that a hot girlfriend could just show up on your couch by swiping on apps like Hinge. The problem is that meeting attractive women is often inconvenient because it requires you to go places you don't normally go and stick your neck out and start conversations you wouldn't normally start. The good news is the more you embrace that inconvenience, the easier dating gets and the sooner you'll find your person. Success.
Here's my thing, right? I'm gonna look at it as just regular men. I'm just thinking about like if I was successful. You know, I'm trying to work my best, right, to get to a certain point, to be the best version of myself. But here's the thing: I've never heard of a successful man complain about being single. I don't think successful men are stuck being single. I don't hear them complaining about the dating, right, or getting a woman. Right? I don't hear that. So I think this is why I say, right? I think this is a part of where women don't really get to know men, understand men, really learn about men. They're just spouting whatever they think. So I just think that it's not really right. I don't see it as how reality is. But let's break this down.
Guys can get stuck single because they make this one big mistake when it comes to women and dating. And no, it's not having too high of expectations. The mistake successful guys make is assuming that finding a great girlfriend will be convenient because
I've never heard of that. Finding a convenient? Unless I guess she's saying easy. This is the thing. Those men don't really have a hard time finding a girlfriend. They don't. Now they do have a hard time distinguishing a girl that likes them for them or for their success. So finding a girlfriend when you're successful, when you're at a certain level, scientific the fuck. When you're at a certain level, I don't think it's hard to find a woman. I don't think so. Right? In my opinion, I just think it's hard to find the right woman. Convenient. What man is thinking about as convenient? Like
technology has made so many other aspects of your life convenient. Packages arrive same day. Your food can be on your doorstep in 30 minutes. So it's natural to assume that a hot girlfriend could just show up on your couch by swiping on apps like Hinge. The problem.
Here's the thing where women seem to not grasp. Apps like, let's say, Hinge, right, has shown that 80% of women go for the 20% of men. So top level men, i.e. maybe successful men. So does seem like it's just that easy. It's just that convenient. It's like, this is the thing where I don't know where she's getting her thought process from, that she thinks that it's not easy or convenient for top level men. It is. I've said this same with women. It is just like how I've said dating for women is easy. Dating for top, high quality, high level men is easy. It just means, are you going to find the woman that you want? Finding a woman is finding a hot woman, because again, most men find most women attractive. So finding a good looking woman isn't hard, especially for top quality men. Men that fits the height requirement that women want, men that can fit the look requirement that women want, men that can fit the charm level that women want, men that definitely fit the financial, level that women want. Finding women ain't easy, ain't hard for those men, right? It's not. So finding a hot woman ain't hard for these men. That's not what these men are looking for. This is not what these men are wanting at the end of the day. Just hotness.
The problem is that meeting attractive women is often inconvenient because it requires...
Not really. It's really not. From apps to in person, out in the wild, these high level men they're not complaining about meeting women. It's like, this is the ridiculousness. I don't know about you guys, if you guys maybe have, I've never heard of successful men complain, I can't find attractive women. I've never heard of that. I've never heard men of certain level complaining that I cannot find attractive women. Now, again, a woman that inside, right? Attractiveness is only the skin deep, right? So that's easy. Plenty of women are attractive. Finding a woman that, that a successful man wants to be around, that she adds to his life, right? She brings him peace, right? That's the hard part. That's the part where, he cannot find as easy. So, yeah, I can see that why it's not that hard. It's not that easy to find those type of women that inside she brings him peace. She is feminine, friendly, completes him. She adds to his life. A hot woman does not add to your life. Okay?
Requires you to go places you don't normally go and stick your neck out and start conversations you wouldn't normally start. The good news is, the more you embrace that inconvenience, the easier dating gets, and the sooner you'll find your...
Inconvenience does not go along with easiness. And it's like she's confusing what she's talking about. Okay? Because she brings up successful men. Do you think successful men don't go out? It's like the clubs, the bars, high class restaurants, whatever. These are the men that are out. These are the men that actually go out. It's what? Women like this is just. That's why I said. Why I say in the beginning is that women don't actually take time to understand men, right? To actually learn men, because I honestly think that they confuse certain type of men with all men, right? The men that want it easy or doesn't have it easy or don't go out a lot, right? Don't do things. Those are average men, or those are average men to below average men, right? So they aren't successful men. This is a video where it's very showing what women think about men, because women just, their sphere, right, or what their blinders don't show, right, or all they see are the successful men, right? That's all they see, or they only see certain types of men, and they believe that that's what all men are going through, right? Or that they believe that that's what that is the story. Where let's say, oh, men are having trouble in dating or stuck as single. It's not those men. It's not the men that you think. That's why it's like, because you are now equating average to below average men to now going with successful men. It's like sometimes I just think it's ridiculous where a lot of women try to conflate or mix men together. There are, different types of men, especially socially, right? Class of men. Because I've never called myself a high value man. I never call myself above average man. I don't do that, right? Because again, you have to be realistic. So I just think this is another showing of women just really not understanding men well. But I don't know. What do you guys think of this one? What are your thoughts of this women's advice or her viewpoint? What do you guys think? I would love to hear your thoughts on her. I don't know, advice, I guess. Okay, so I thought this video I wanted to check out and react it along with you guys. So let's watch this.
Today I'm going to show you guys my Hinge dating app because I'm still single at 30, so you can tell me what it is that I'm doing wrong. Okay, so this is just like a regular cute headshot of me that I had professionally done. I thought it was like a good picture to put first. And then my prompt is, my love language is FaceTime, which I feel like is an invitation to ask for a number and FaceTime me. Then we have just basic information. So 30 years old, 5'2", which I'm really like 5'1", but on a good day I'm 5'2". I have a dog, where I work, where I went to college, and where I'm from. I feel like it wasn't necessary to add like much more information other than that. And then this right here is my best friend Alexis, which I feel like shows that I'm a wholesome girly with friends that are married with kids. Then we have a selfie, because I feel like that had to be included. And then another prompt, the key to my heart is pizza. Again, which I feel like could be an open invitation to ask me out to get some pizza. This part is my favorite because this is, again, another one of my best friends, Amanda. But the prompt, very direct. I'm looking for my husband. And then lastly, these are just like two small flexes. One, me on a private jet, and two, in a bikini. I just feel like, nice flexes at the end. Had to be added. So let me know what you guys think. Why am I still single at 30? Please help.
So I've said this before, I'll say it again. Dating for women is easy. It is very easy. Women do not have a problem of finding or getting men. No problem at all. They have a problem with finding the men that they want. Dating is easy, but you have issues where, one, you are attracted to, or you're attracted to terrible men. Okay? Or you attracted to, or you attract terrible men. Right? Men that are toxic, men that cheat, men that lie, whatever. Two, you are hard to deal with. So the good men that come into your life, if it's good men, if you get good men, you don't keep them because you're hard to deal with. So again, I've said dating is easy for women. Women will find men. Okay? But will you find the men that you want? And that's the problem. That's the thing where I honestly believe it is ridiculous that this woman don't get swipes, right? She says she can't. She doesn't have nobody, right? She hasn't. She's still single. But did she say that she gets no swipes? Right? That's the thing. That's the thing that cares. It's a lie. Even the most average woman, even below average, she gets a whole lot more swipes than men. Whole lot more. Because men will just, whatever, fat, ugly, I don't care. I'm just going to swipe, right? So, it's a lie that men are not swiping on her. I mean, she didn't say it, but I'm saying she definitely gets swipes, right? Definitely gets likes. The problem is why you're single is that you don't like any of these men. That's the reason why you're single. Because the men that you would want, the men that you are attracted to, that aren't swiping on you. The men that you don't like, the men that you're not attracted to, the men that you don't want, definitely are swiping on you. Definitely. The men that you don't give a chance to, they are definitely swiping on you. Okay? You just don't swipe back. You just don't match with these men. You just don't want to match with these men. So that's plain and simple. With practically every woman, that is why you're still single. Because the men that you want don't want you, or they don't want you for a long term. The men that you don't give a chance to, that you don't want, you're not attracted to, well, you don't give a chance to, right? You don't give them a chance to be with. So, no duh. This is why you are suffering from being single. But let's break it down her profile a little bit. I mean, there's not a whole lot to it. I pretty much just gave the reason why, but let's look at it again.
Today I'm going to show you guys my Hinge dating app because I'm still single at 30, so you can tell me what it is that I'm doing wrong. Okay, so
here's the thing, right? I mean, I guess this is no makeup, no nothing, compared to, a little bit dolled up. So it is a bit of a contrast, but I mean, dating profile wise, this is a nice, opening picture.
This is just like a regular cute headshot of me that I had professionally done. I thought it was like a good picture to put first. And then my prompt is, my love language is FaceTime, which I feel like...
And this is the thing. Having this professionally done says a lot about her. Okay? So, we'll probably go say it again towards the end, right? What type of woman this is. Even though she has a lot of things that are so simple, right? FaceTime, pizza, and all that stuff. That sounds very simple. But I honestly believe this is a high maintenance woman. A professionally done picture. On a private plane, which I don't think it's her private plane.
Is an invitation to ask for a number and FaceTime me. Then we have just basic information. So 30 years old, 5'2", which I'm really like 5'1", but on a good day I'm 5'2". I have a dog, where I work.
5'2" is cute, but most likely she's also another woman that wants a man that's close to 5 foot. I mean, 6 foot or more, right? Probably swipes off of, X or dislikes any man that's supposedly in the fives.
Where I went to college and where I'm from. I feel like it wasn't necessary to add like much more information other than that. And then this right here is my best friend Alexis, which I feel like shows that I'm a wholesome girly with friends that are married with kids.
But you might not be attracted to wholesome men, right? Or at least wholesome men that doesn't fit your level of attraction, right? Maybe good look, chiseled white boys, tall ass white boys. This is the thing where, it matters about the men you're attracted to.
Then we have a selfie, because I feel like that had to be included. And then another prompt, the key to my heart is pizza. Again, which I feel like could be an open invitation to ask me out to get some pizza.
See, this is the thing, right? It's cute. It's simple. Getting pizza, that's not a big lot. There's not a whole lot to it. But I think it's a lie. Or it's just not a complete truth. Like I said, I'm going to say all these things, right? I'm saying like, she might, what I just said before about she wanted a 6 foot man. This is that you have to understand. You have to dig in deeper. I guarantee you, men are swiping on her. Men are liking her. But you got to understand why, when men are constantly swiping on you, liking on you, probably DMing you are you still single? Because you don't find any of these men attractive. None of these men fit whatever, I don't know, whatever standards you have. So, as supposedly simple as your profile makes you out to be, I don't think you are that simple. As I think she's, in my opinion, a 5. But in maybe some people may see her as a 6, maybe a little bit more. So I'm saying that because she might have a little bit more of an ego, more of an entitlement, thinking, oh, I want a man that whole song meme trend thing, right? 6 foot, finance, blue eyes, blonde hair, 6 foot, 6 figures, finance guy. She probably one of those women that wants that type of man. You want that type of man, which most women do, especially most white women do. You think that man will swipe on you when he has options, when most women want him.
This part is my favorite because this is, again, another one of my best friends, Amanda. But the prompt, very direct. I'm looking for my husband.
And that's the thing. I think the men that she's attracted to, they aren't looking for marriage, or they're not looking to settle down anytime soon. They have options. Plenty of women looks like her, or even better, wants them. So why would they need to settle down right now? They don't, and they don't want to. But they see that and they maybe not interested. But that's the thing where you have to, your standards have to fit the certain demographic you want. Okay.
And then lastly, these are just like 2 small flexes. 1, me on a private jet, and 2, in a bikini. I just feel like,
again, private jet, I think that's a designer bag. And then trips to the beach somewhere, tropical beach, I guess. It shows you what type of woman she is, in the sense that she may be used to a certain lifestyle. So she's already, like I said, she's probably another woman that fits into the 6-figure bracket type of woman that wants that type of man. So now you shrink your dating pool more. This is what women, that's what I'm saying, where women need to put actual thought in the dating market, right? They need to put actual thought. You want a white man, most likely. Most likely you want a tall ass white man. Man that's 6 figures, right? Even wants marriage, good looking, wholesome, whatever. But is he gonna fit all that? I don't think so. Definitely not gonna be easy. And men like that, well, most likely you should have found when you were in school. Now that this man is outside in the world doing his thing, right? If he's 30 or around that, and he's making 6 figures, he's good looking, has options, the world is his oyster. The world is his playground, right? That's why some of these women really don't understand men, especially the men that they are attracted to, right? They don't understand, especially the men that they want. The men that you want, I'm sorry, you are just another woman in a sea of women that want them. That's the reality a lot of these women have to understand. You're not alone. You're nothing special. So,
nice flexes at the end. Had to be added. So let me know what you guys think. Why am I still single at 30? Please help.
like I said, why you still single is that it's your standards, right? It's your preferences. It's who you're attracted to. It's who that, you know what, you don't give a chance. Plain and simple. I've said it. Dating for women is easy. You can find a man. Easy. Men are DMing you. Men are swiping on you. Men are liking you. You just don't want those men. Plain and simple. That's why you're single. That is why any woman that's still single, that is why. You get likes. You get men that want you. You just don't want those men. The men that you want, well, you don't know those men. Right? You don't understand those men. You don't see that, well, these men don't want you. These men wouldn't value you because you're nothing special. They're just the same in a sea of women that want the same type of man. Plain and simple. So that is why you're single. Because of your own actions. Right? So, I don't know. What do you guys think? Oh, no, no. All right, so let's check this one out. She's replying to a comment, I guess. I haven't watched this video yet, but might as well. Let's. I don't know if she's gonna read the comment, but I'll read it. Guys, you deserve a woman who puts in effort instead of just expecting. Why would a guy buy flowers like that for someone he doesn't even know yet? Right? This is the thing where I was said by the comment. Yeah, you both need to put in effort. I hate, to me, honest, I hate one-sided effort. I hate when one person is putting in the effort and they're getting barely any in return. And to be honest, a lot of men are feeling that. A lot of men are going through that. Women are barely putting in any effort when it comes to dating.
This is something I've been wanting to talk about. There's something happening right now in our zeitgeist as a culture that no one's talking about yet, or at least I haven't seen it be talked about yet. It used to be women had to get a man to choose them, to be their wives, because the only positions that women had available to them to secure themselves financially was that of wife and or mother. We weren't allowed to have our own bank accounts until like 1974. So we developed this backwards mentality that's the...
Let's say this. That's a lie. Right? In a sense that you didn't need a bank account because you had, yeah, you were using your man's credit, your husband's credit, right? Because he had the job. So any risk was on him. You can use all of his money, right? You can get his credit card, use all of it. No risk is on you, right? No risk is on the woman. It's on the man. So, okay, great. Now you got the freedom. Now women have the most debt in society, most consumer debt in society. Great, amazing. You did yourself justice, right? Feminism, amazing. Now you have the right for the most debt, right? The highest level of consumer debt, amazing. Oh, you're telling me, right? You fought for a great. I'm sorry, I should have let the video played out, but
opposite of what it is for most mammals in the animal kingdom, since you guys always want to bring up biology and nature, where women competed for men instead of men competing for women. Men should be competing for women because women control what certain characteristics or traits get passed on through their children and which don't. Women should be very selective and have very high standards for themselves. And since women haven't, that's why we have so many morons running around. Because morons have had the opportunity to procreate with women when they did not earn that opportunity. Women are getting their degrees from college at a higher rate than men are. Single women are becoming homeowners at a higher and larger rate than men are. Women are surpassing men at an alarming rate. And now we have one running for president. Things are going to start going back to men competing for women, not women competing for men. That was an ass-backwards way of operating. There's no animal in the animal kingdom where women compete for the attention of men. And now that women's rights are continuously being rolled back, it's even more imperative that we only have extremely high standards for ourselves when it comes to dating men. Or we'll get stuck having dumb babies that we can't take care of by a dumb guy who can barely take care of himself. I don't know why it pisses you off so much that a man chose to bring me flowers on our first date at his own volition, but that's the kind of man that should be procreated with. Someone who is successful, financially stable, sweet, considerate, kind. That's the kind of man that should be raising children and having children. Not men who think that they just inherently deserve access to women. This is also not me saying that procreating is the only purpose of dating or finding a romantic partner, but it's always a risk. Women are the ones who have to get on birth control and fuck up our bodies and our hormones by doing so. Women are the one who are taking on that risk when they have a romantic relationship with a man. Personally, I want to take on that risk with a guy who I know is going to be sweet and considerate and helpful and supportive in whatever decision I make if that were to happen. And that's going to be the guy who brings me flowers, not the guy who angrily scrolls on TikTok with an anonymous profile telling women that they need to earn the attention of men.
What do you guys think? All right, so I'll break this down.
This is something I've been wanting to talk about. There's something happening right now in our zeitgeist as a culture that no one's talking about yet, or at least I haven't seen it be talked about yet. It used to be women had to get a man to choose them, to be their wives, because the only position that women had available to them to secure themselves financially was that of wife and or mother. We weren't allowed to have our own bank accounts until like 1974. So we developed this backwards mentality that's the opposite of what it is for most mammals in the animal kingdom, since you guys always want to bring up biology and nature, where women.
Yeah, but then it's funny that you don't want to bring it. You don't want to make it a thing. But then when you want to prove it your point, that's fine. It's pick or choose. So do you agree with with nature, or you don't? Don't just like, okay, you agree to it when you feel like you want to, when you make it a point when it fits your narrative.
Competed for men instead of men competing for women. Men should be competing for women because women control what certain characteristics or traits get passed on through their children and which don't. Women should be very selective and have very high standards for themselves. And since women haven't, that's why we have so many morons running around. Because morons have had the opportunity to procreate with women when they did not earn that opportunity. Women are getting their degrees.
First of all, right? Do I say men shouldn't compete for women? I think men should. But here's the thing. What are they competing for? Right? What are men competing for? These women that have high body counts, women that are expectant, entitled, women that are baby mamas, right? Single mamas, divorcees, trauma-filled, chaotic, not feminine, masculine. This is the thing, right? Yes, men should compete for women, but what are they competing for? What is the women that you're getting now, right? What are the women that men are getting now? Not worth competing for. This is the thing, right? You want to talk about it? How about talk about it? What are men getting? What are men getting? Women that with attitude, they're expectant. Great, high standards, awesome. Okay? You can have all the high standards you want. You could. But does it mean that you will get the men that qualify for your standards? Because again, he can compete for you. Men that meet your high standards can compete for you. But what does he get in return? Is it worth it? You having a box? Every woman comes with that. It's a prerequisite of women to have a box. So really, great.
From college at a higher rate than men are. Single women are becoming homeowners at a higher and larger rate than.
College degree, awesome. Homeowners, awesome. What does that do for men? Why would men need to compete for women that have college degrees, that have homes? Is he going to benefit from it? Right? This is the thing, right? Where women don't even put any brain cells into it. Like I said, do they care what men want? What are men competing for? Women with PhDs, right? That makes them more attractive, right? This is what I should compete. This is what I, need to compete with that man for, with a woman with a PhD. Because oh my God, that's so hot. A PhD. What is it? This is the thing where it don't matter that women have a PhD. Because again, her career isn't to support you. You are supporting her. Right? So, great. What does her career mean? Nothing. Great. She's a homeowner. Are you going to get part of that house? Right? Would you get part of the house in a divorce? So really, what does that mean? It means nothing. It's great that she has a home. She's buying a home for herself. When men buy home, they usually buy homes for their family, for their wife and future children. Okay? So that's the difference. Men buy a home for family. Women buy a home for themselves. Okay? So, great. Why would I compete for a woman that has a home? What does it mean? It doesn't benefit me. There's nothing special. There's no benefit for me to compete for a woman with a home. It doesn't mean nothing. It doesn't benefit me. Her home means nothing. Her PhD means nothing to me. So really, that doesn't add more to a woman.
Men are. Women are surpassing men at an alarming rate. And now we have one running for president. Things are going to start going back to men competing for women, not women.
No, it's not. It's not. Why? Why is it not? Because of the consequences of women's actions. You are now wanting to be the men. So what are men competing for? Men? Masculine women? Women with PhDs, homeowners, with high expectations, high standards. What are men competing for? This ain't the fit, feminine, friendly, submissive women. Okay? That's worth competing for. Right? That's rare. Right? That's hard to get with. That will be a benefit to a man's life. That will be the piece, be the add value to a man's life. Our PhD, great to talk about, good conversations. That doesn't add to his life, right? That's not going to add value to his life. Great, you have a home, cool to talk about. That ain't going to add shit to his life. Who gives a shit about a woman running for president? I don't give a shit, right? That doesn't mean nothing, okay?
And competing for men. That was an ass backwards way of operating. There's no animal.
This is the thing. As ass backward way of operating. Well, do you want to go back? Do you want to go to the time, right? The time where men were actually competing for women? No, you don't. This is the thing where progress happens, right? The feminist future that women are fighting for. Well, there are consequences. There are changes. This is why when she brings up the animal kingdom, the difference is the animal kingdom does not change. Does not change. It don't change, right? Women are not suddenly getting PhDs. Animals aren't suddenly getting smarter than the man or getting PhDs or whatever. It stays stagnant. That is the animal kingdom. Okay? You want to bring the animal kingdom so badly, right? Well, the animal kingdom stays stagnant. Women are not progressing. Female animals aren't progressing in a certain way comparative to the man. So really, that structure, it stays the same. While you fought so hard, supposedly, to be strong, independent woman, there's consequences to those actions. So, you got to deal with it. This is the thing, right? She said, women are surpassing men. Okay, cool. Good. Great for those women. Now that you are surpassing men, your standards are much higher. Okay? Now the men that meet those standards, well, what are they getting in return? Expectant women? Entitled women? Women harder to deal with? That's not worth it to those men. Okay? Again, animal kingdom, all you get is a box. Right? That's what you get. This is where you guys see, yes, men want the box. But again, you want this man that's rare now. Sadly, it's rare. These men that meet these women's standards, those men are rare. Well, you compete for what's rare. Right? You compete for the rarity. You compete for something that's special. Women that have a PhD, a degree, women that have a home, that don't make them special. Not in men's eyes, not in the dating market. Now, you could be a special woman, right? Great for you, right? You could be a special human being. Awesome. You have a degree, you have a home. Amazing. That don't mean you're anything special in the dating market.
In the animal kingdom where women compete for the attention of men. And now that women's rights are continuously being rolled back.
Yes. Males in the animal kingdom compete for women. They know what they're getting. All they want, right? It's very simple. Not that hard. The female animals are the same. They haven't progressed or evolved into something different. These women are not the same as our grandmothers or our great grandmothers or whatever. They're not the same, right? And yet you want the same. This is the insanity of women. Where why would you want traditional outcomes, traditional values when you're not traditional yourself? right? This is your modern woman. So really, do modern outcomes. You compete for the men that you want.
It's even more imperative that we only have extremely high standards for ourselves when it comes to dating men, or we'll get stuck.
I think it's great. Have extreme standards. Have high extreme standards. Okay? Great. But again, when you have high extreme standards, very few men qualify for it. Fine. You want the selective men, right? You want very few, the cream of the crop men. Great. But you are just like every other woman, right? Women that have high standards, right? Oh, I want the man that's 6 foot, 6 figures, 6 packs, 6 inches, good looking, morally sound, wants marriage, doesn't cheat. Awesome. Well, that's a small amount of men, right? Small amount of men. While most, if not all women, want that small amount of men. So, logically speaking, such a small amount of men, should he compete for all of these women? Should these group of men compete for all of these women when so many women want them? That don't make sense. That's idiotic. No man is stupid enough to do that. Especially when you are part of this small ass group of men. So, that is the consequences of women's actions. You can have the highest standards you want. Okay? You can. I promote it too. That don't mean that will change the fact that these men won't compete for you. Okay? They will play with you, right? They will lie to you. They will, try to get with you, pump and dump. But they won't be with you long term.
Having dumb babies that we can't take care of by a dumb guy who can barely take care of himself. I don't know why it pisses you off so much that a man chose to bring me flowers on our first date at his own volition, but that's the kind of man that should be procreated with.
Let me say this. I think it's great. Bring him flowers, whatever. Do what you want. That don't mean you got success. She said he should be the man you procreate with. Procreate with. But is he the man? He's not.
Someone who is successful, financially stable, sweet, considerate, kind. That's the kind of man that should be raising children and having children. Not men who think that they just inherit.
But this is the insanity with women, right? Okay, he should be. Will he? Are you going to do that with him? This is the thing with women, right? You say these type of men. You date these types of men that fits your standards. Yet you don't go with them. You don't pick them. You get dates with them. You don't pick them. So really, what does that say? I mean, how is there any proof to that? Oh, these are the men that should, have kids, have families, get married. Yet, are they? Are you marrying these men? Because you're still single. You didn't marry that man.
Inherently deserve access to women. This is also not me saying that procreating is the only purpose of dating or finding a romantic partner, but it's always a risk. Women are the ones who have to get on birth control and fuck up our bodies and our hormones by doing so. Women are the one who are taking on that risk when they have a romantic relationship with a man. Personally, I want to take on that risk with a guy who I know is going to be sweet and considerate and helpful and supportive in whatever decision I make if that were to happen. And that's going to be the guy who brings me flowers.
It's great, but here's the thing. This woman is chronically single. So really, I don't know. What is your thing you're saying? Right? You're chronically single. You're going on dates. What is that proving? What outcome is that proving? Obviously, you're supposedly dating these men that qualify for your standards. Yet, there's no outcome to it. So, I think it's the funniest when women like this have these kind of opinions, because you're not proving nothing. You're really not proving anything. Okay. I honestly agree. Women should have higher standards. Women should. Women should be very selective on who they have kids with. I think it's not easy. Tracy, I think it's not easy to have platonic relationships. I mean, it's not impossible. It's not easy. But yeah, I think women should have high standards. I do. I really do. Okay? I think women should have high standards. I just don't think women should have high standards that, let's say, equal how much money he makes, or how tall is he, how good looking is he. No. I think women's standards should be at morality. What type of man he is, right? Does he believe in marriage? Does he believe in respect? Does he believe in love? Does he believe in monogamy, right? Personal standards, right? Yo, Joss, what's up, bro? You're catching the end of the live, right? Yeah, so I think standards, right? Women's higher standards should be more based in what makes a relationship stronger, better. Let's say women's standards of, oh, does he bring me flowers? I mean, I guess if he's romantic, okay. But is he? How tall is he? How good looking is he? How charming is he? Oh, really? Or how much money he makes? I mean, like she said, women have PhDs, women own homes, so really, him being six figures means what? Right? I mean, it's just that, is he stable, right? Does he have a job? Does he not gonna like ask you for money? He's not having problem paying his bills. He's financially stable. Right? I think that's high standards, right? Being financially wise, being financially smart, having six figures, $1 million, seven figures, whatever. Okay, but then you're actually, honestly, your supposedly high standards is actually just shrinking your pool instead of making your pool better. But you know, like I said, financially smart, financially well off, or financially stable. That's better than just like, oh, I want a man that makes seven figures. Okay, great. So, I don't know. That's my view.
The guy who angrily scrolls on TikTok with an anonymous profile telling women that they need to earn the attention of men. This is something
Here's the thing, right? But that foolishness that she has, right? You need to earn the attentions of the men that you want. Because again, women like this will be chronically single because they don't understand that. You want certain type of men. Those certain type of men are rare. They're not common, plain and simple. So that's something that women like this will be chronically single for, because again, you don't understand it. So I don't know. What do you guys think? I mean, here's the thing, right? I don't like that too with absolute losers, but I think it's the point where these losers have certain things, right? They're charming, or they're good looking, or they're tall, or a combination of both. So, or a combination of all of them. So, you know, even there, I've seen women with toxic men, but hey, what can I do, right? It's women find these men certain kinds of attraction. So it is what it is. But like I said, it's about consequences. You can be attracted to whoever you want. You have to understand there's consequences to it. I think the bad boys do put them on their feet, right? Make them. This is the thing, right? I think bad boys know how to. They're so toxic. They know how to control, manipulate women's emotions. Good men, they don't do that. So I think that's the difference. Yeah, I think that too. Like, make them think and question themselves. Again, good manipulation skills. I mean, that's toxic, but it's the bad boys. They have those abilities. They have that. You know, that I think that's a toxic trait, and they have that. So yeah. But yo, yeah, we're the stream has gone on for almost 2 hours. So hope you rewatched the stream. But yeah, I think it's been fun. It's been cool. I hope you guys check out the next stream. Yeah, you guys are amazing. Just thank you for stopping by. Tracy, thank you. I've been seeing you more often, so thank you. Alvi, if you're still around, thank you. Patania, all right. If you're still around, thank you, thank you. Whoever, scammer, all you guys, thank you for stopping by. However short, however long you guys stop by, thank you. I love the support. You guys are amazing. Yo, it's cool. Thank you, man. Yo, Alvi, always, you're a lot of love. All right.